Why am I down here? Mark, it looks horrible.
You look like a child.
Ow, ow, oh.
You're right.
Just pulled my muscle a bit.
It's funny, isn't it? Because it's been 2 years of doing lives and you've never looked that low.
Well, change the camera. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Very lovely to spend some time with you. If you're wondering what I'm eating, I made some garlic honey chicken for Kiki earlier. She loves it.
Yeah.
Just for Kiki, because Mark wasn't hungry. We'll see what it's going to be like at 11 o'clock tonight.
I always get hungry right at the last minute.
Oh my God, it was so delicious that I'm going to make it as my next Instagram film for you. So good. So good.
So good.
Okay.
I feel slightly, at the same time last night, I went manic and I feel the same right now.
Oh, good. Are you going to clear out the kitchen again?
Totally.
He had a manic high yesterday and cleared the kitchen up twice. So I was like,
twice.
oh, I like this. I like this end of your madness.
I'm not only going to clean up the kitchen, but I'm going to sing, dance, and make you a cup of tea.
Oh.
Don't know what's happening. I sort of feel hot and fizzy.
It's very hot.
I know.
I tell you what it is. I think it's the amount of exercise you're doing is really releasing some endorphins.
Yeah. I think so.
And I think you're starting to sleep better.
Bloody hope so. Nanny Di in the house.
Hi, Nanny Di.
Hey, Nanny Di. Looking forward to Morbius.
I do still do the 16/8. It is a forever thing. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, but you don't do your little reports, do you?
I'll do another one. I thought people might be getting a bit
Were
bored.
you getting
of
bored of a 16/8 report? I wasn't. I found them quite instructive.
It is a forever thing, though. It's not a diet. You just go on it and you eat like that for the rest of your life.
Tim, thank you. Sorry, I don't check my Twitter messages, but I will be phoning. Thank you very much. I've been in a very dark place. It probably wasn't the right time to phone that number. How to Stay Married is landing after this, all about darkness and depression.
Mark, everything is really fuzzy. Is this dirty or is it my eyes?
What was that?
Just the wall.
No, it's not fuzzy. What's wrong with you? The last ball? No?
I feel like we're looking like we're in a
There we go.
mist.
Yeah, it does look a bit like that, doesn't it? Have you got a clock?
Do we look misty to you? No, don't, because you'll get that weird thing if you touch the screen. Zoe Zigzag has just nearly dislocated her chin, her jaw eating digestive
3 digestive biscuits full of Nutella and peanut butter. Pass us that pink thing.
Oh my God, I absolutely love digestive or rich tea biscuits with peanut butter.
You're leaning out of shock.
Because I'm in a little bit of pain.
Mark looks misty. Excuse me, this may hurt.
That's better. You couldn't see us. How are we all? Let's stop wittering. Let's get on with it.
I love a bit of witter.
Witter Twitter.
Claire LC says, I've had a KFC.
Okay. It feels to me like people are wanting to confess things, so I'm going to confess something too.
Confess.
I had a bag of Wotsits, and then straight afterwards I had another one. And then
Did you?
straight after that, I had half a bag of tortilla chips with hummus.
Were the Wotsits large Wotsits?
No, they were mini Wotsits.
Okay, and they're full of air. Cheesy
Yeah,
air.
it's just cheesy air.
Cheesy
I had
air.
2 bags of cheesy air, and I loved every single moment of that cheesy air.
Do you ever find, does anyone else find this, that a Wotsit, the idea is great. When it lands on the tongue, it's sensational.
No, I won't have anything said against a Wotsit.
No, but then the kick through, the follow through is, there's nothing.
No,
It's
I
air.
love a Wotsit. But
It's
what
air.
I cannot bear is a Wotsit with my sandwiches, because I like to always have crisps in my sandwiches.
What's that? What's it? What's what? What's it? That's what? That used
That
to be the
didn't work.
that's the advert.
That didn't work.
No, that's the advert. Don't you remember?
Well, it's rubbish.
I'm not responsible for the advert. Confession, I went over my 8-hour window, says Zoe Zigzag.
That's all right. I have today as well. It doesn't matter, because that's what you want with a 16/8. It's not a rigid way of eating where you can punish yourself if you haven't done things right, because that's back in the diet culture, and we don't want that.
Can I ask Nanny Di if you're still in the room? How did you enjoy the bag of Maltesers that you snaffled from our cupboard, Mum?
We're on to you, Nanny
We're on
Di.
to you.
We're
What
on
have
to
you, and
you.
what have you eaten tonight that's naughty? Gabrielle, I like blue packet. We tend to do this before we get on. We're not really talking about the news today. We're talking about, it's been 2 years since the first lockdown started on the 23rd of March.
I was trying to remember, Mark. Did we do coffee moaning before?
I think we did something called COVID something.
No, before the pandemic. Did we do coffee moaning?
I don't know. I think we've
It
been
was.
going
It
for
was
2
called
years.
COVID-19. Coffeed.
Oh,
It was called
coffeed.
Coffeed-19.
Yeah, our friend told us, didn't she?
Yeah.
Coffeed-19, I've forgotten that.
But did we do it like a week after lockdown? Is that when was the first ever coffeed?
When did we do the first ever morning live? Ashley, I bet you know.
Come on, one of you knows.
Oh, I like a knick-knack.
I love a gnarly knick-knack.
Do you like a gnarly knick-knack?
Oh, yeah.
I love rolling my tongue around it. Oh, Faith, thank you so much, Mark and Lady, for the last 2 years. I followed you before lockdown, but you guys in the subs... The community is phenomenal. Coffee moaning was pre-COVID. So we've been going for more than 2 years.
Was it?
Jesus
Are you
Christ.
sure?
Whoa.
I don't think so.
MeTube says it. He's
on,
usually
Me-
right.
MeTube's right.
I fondly remember the night shift smelled... Oh, God! They've become flashbacks.
The night
Do you remember
shift.
On the
Night
night shift.
shift.
Ooh, on the night
Night
shift.
shift.
I
Ooh.
know you're looking proud.
Woo!
I ain't here so proud. Gotta be some good
Because I remember
night.
we started doing it because we felt that
What?
people were needing that sort of connection, weren't
Yeah,
they?
well, we
And
were
so
needing
we-
it too.
And then so were we. And then it became something that we relied on as much as some of you relied on. It was like, really, it was an absolute raft, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, it was a raft. A life raft, even.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, yeah.
I
wondered...
couldn't remember what the word was.
Today we spent ages trying to remember what the word impeachment was.
Oh, God.
But yeah, it was like a life raft. I think it was just an opportunity within a weird situation for everyone to connect and communicate, wasn't it?
And do you remember you always used to say to us, but are you going to keep doing it after lockdown? We said yes, and I don't think you all believed us.
Do you think we should break the news?
What?
This is stopping as from tomorrow.
It's
It is. It's stopping. We're stopping as from tomorrow. Love the night shift. Clapping the NHS, that's right.
Yeah.
Lee, I look back at the first lockdown, I think, wow, I definitely was not okay during that. Tim Reed, 2 years ago, I got COVID, and you are still suffering with long COVID. I know, that's just so difficult. It became an addiction, Wonder Woman. Mark, what do you think of Prozac? Never had it.
I thought you had it once.
No, I've never done Prozac. I did that really dodgy drug back when I was in my late 20s.
I thought that was what it was. It was
No,
Prozac.
no. It was the one which resulted in people killing themselves all over the place. It was terrible. It wasn't Prozac, no. I know, it wasn't Prozac. Gracie Stonehill, I feel connected by you guys. Well, look, earlier today on the community tab, I left a message suggesting that you guys should share, you know, it's been a time of great difficulty, loss, fear, worry. There's also been moments of sparks of joy. I think, did sparks of joy come from within lockdown? I think...
Nanny Di just said she didn't steal the Maltesers.
Yeah, right, Mum. And so we asked if you know, if you wanted to share in the highs and lows. Now, in saying that, obviously there are so many of the most awful no's, and I've seen some of the messages coming through today. Quite a few people who've obviously lost loved ones, which is tragically sad and an aspect of this that, you know, one can't ignore. And we've talked about it a lot over the 2 years. But at the same time, I hope we've managed to distract as well as take the heat out of a lot of the kind of trauma and everything that's been going on. So, you know, you can't undo terrible things. You can't make good something like losing a loved one. But you can try and provide some kind of light
I know
relief.
a lot of you have sent us lovely messages about how, you know, through the hardest of times, just being able to connect within this community every day and have company from the community and from me and Mark. And that, honest to God, over the last couple of years, Mark and I have wept many a time reading comments. And we're so overwhelmed that within this community, people have made friends and have... It just blows us away. It's beyond our wildest dreams, really, because it all started so organically, which I think is the best way. There was no plan. We didn't sit
No.
down and go, right, what are we going to do with our YouTube channel?
No.
It wasn't. It started,
Just evolved.
yeah, from a simple place, and then it's just evolved. Yeah. And some days when we've been really tired or we've been down, and we've done them anyway, and it's helped
It's picked
us,
us
and it's
up.
up. Yeah. So it has been a crazy couple of years that we've spent with all of you. It really has.
Absolutely. Steph Whelan, you guys helped me through my 2 miscarriages last year. I'm a silent sub, but never miss a coffee moaning. So grateful for you both.
sweetie.
Yeah, and all of our silent, quiet, shy followers, you know, you are a crucial aspect of all of it too. Because, I mean, I presume we hope that you're getting something from... It's not just us. We talk a load of old shit here, but it's all of these comments. I never cease to be amazed. It's like LBC on crack. And you are such experts, and you have such brilliant perspectives on things, and you nudge us out of certain thoughts, and you nudge us towards other ways of thinking about things.
We do, really do. And we can always rely on you for any bloody question we
Question
even
we need
about
an
our
answer
own
to.
lives. Like, if I say to you now, what day did we get married? We won't know, but you will know.
Well, I know.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, mind.
When is it?
I don't know.
When is it, guys?
2nd of June?
Yeah!
Is it?
Well done.
Oh, bloody hell. Where's that come from, the recesses of my mind? Is it really the 2nd of June?
2nd of June, yeah. I'm trying to find Erin Bullimore's comment, because it's quite a sobering one. Where are you, Erin? Just saw you go up. I think there's a bit of a delay coming through here. Well, I can't find you. But you found us when you were homeless, I believe. And you say it worked like a life raft.
Oh, God. And you are... Your contributions always amazing, and you sometimes tell us off a bit. You do. You correct us in sometimes our bad thinking.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, here we
There it
go.
is.
Erin Bullimore, I found this channel back when I was still homeless. It was definitely a life raft for me then, especially on mental health chats, actually getting to engage with you there meant a lot. Yeah, and I mean, the How to Stay Married that's landing today is a little bit of a mental health chat, but you're right.
A little bit.
Well, yeah. But those live mental health chats they were great, and sometimes I feel up to them, other times I don't, in terms of my own mental health. But a lot of people here are saying, remember Xander.
Oh, of course.
And that was just...
Of course. I still
I can't
believe that Xander died.
No, I can't.
It's just
so bizarre.
insane to me.
So bizarre.
It's surreal. So God knows what it's like for those of you that actually lost people in that time, that, you know, family and close friends, and yeah, it's such a bizarre time we've all been through together, isn't it?
But I also know that Xander right now would be pissing himself laughing at us being at all soppy.
So you're going to read some of the comments?
Yeah, just first of all, Jenny Scam, can she have a birthday song, please? Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jenny. Happy birthday to you. So your birthday was on the first day of lockdown 2 years ago.
Yes. I saw someone say they've had, their baby is 2. So people have had babies.
So is this was this the day of the announcement of the
No,
lockdown?
the 16th of March was the day of the announcement, and the 23rd was the day that it was enacted.
Actually enacted.
Yeah. There's a slight delay on our feed on the screen.
Why don't you read some of the comments?
I'm going to. Now, so many of you left so many complimentary comments.
Yeah, we said we can't read them out.
It gets a bit cringe,
because
but believe me.
we'll be a bit cringe if you read out nice things about ourselves.
But believe me, we appreciate them, and they're very,
Very lovely,
very
and we can
lovely.
see the heart and
Yeah.
warmth in them, so thank you.
Absolutely. Here's one, Lucy.
Hang on, we've got the date of when COVID-19 started. I haven't got my...
Oh, Michelle, you're on the COVID-19 started on April the 3rd. Before that, it was called The News, which started on COVID on the 24th of February.
We just called it The News,
The News,
didn't
that's
we?
shit.
I named it COVID-19. No, I named it Coffee Moaning. You named it COVID-19. Do not even start, Mark. You are not very good to attributing things to me when I've had the idea of them.
I think you're right.
Oh, you little shit. What are you playing at?
I'm going to clean the kitchen straight after
I haven't
this.
got any chocolate, just to tell you.
I know that.
But I have got dates.
Who likes a date? Anyway, no. So, Lucy Loxton. It's now tough working in the care industry as we still have to isolate if we're positive and don't get paid. Everyone else can go out. So,
The way the care industry are treated. I was listening to somebody yesterday on the radio, and it's now costing her to go to work
yeah.
because of the fuel.
Yeah.
And because of the minuscule amount of money that they get for it.
No,
It's
I
like
know.
25% of what you... Oh, it's just shocking. And that hasn't been redressed.
So Lucy,
we've done
it's
with
again an
that
important
care
reminder. I think one of the things to always remember as we're kind of pushing on and pushing out is that for so many people, you know, things haven't got any different, or things haven't changed. Things just, you know, are difficult in a different way.
Bit less intense
Yeah,
than they
yeah.
were, but yeah.
I'm reminded here. Look, Bella M. Thank you very much. We were doing twice daily lives,
Yeah, we did.
night shift and coffee.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have to say it was quite exausting because we were dealing
Wow.
with a lot of stress at the time as well. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. There you go. I'd forgotten that.
yeah,
Catherine
2
Dean.
live shows a day.
Yeah. Catherine Dean remembers being absolutely petrified, and the community helped.
But listening to Mark every morning calmed me down. Thank you.
Someone else,
To listen to
HW.
instead of listening to news because the news scared me. Oh, that's what we've always wanted.
HW says, thank you, it's been amazing on the channel, but I found it hard in September 2019, got diagnosed with Crohn's disease, so dealing with that and autism, ADHD, then in 2020 hearing so many people dying from COVID, then gaining clinically extremely vulnerable shielding letters. So my thanks to your channel that kept me going, as I never saw the outside world.
Oh, I know.
HW.
We were so aware. I remember we'd say, oh, like sometimes when we were knackered and we couldn't do the night shift, we're thinking we couldn't do the night shift. No, think of all those people that like, because you used to reach out to us, like, they're on their own. A lot of people without a garden, and it was like, no, just let's get on with it and do it.
Sue Gilbert
loved
says.
it
Sue
anyway.
Gilbert says she loved the Saturday quiz. We love the quizzes. I think we should do a sort of retro night shift sometime soon, don't you? Let's do a late night
We're
shift.
doing a night shift now.
Yeah, this is a
7
wine. This is a
o'clock.
wine o'clock.
Mark, it's the same thing.
Hang on, just because I came up with that name,
We
you're
just changed-
you're diminishing it.
Came up with what?
Wine o'clock. You know I
Yeah,
did.
you did actually. I added the age.
No, you did not. No, you didn't. That was the point of it.
I think next time there are good ideas, we have to log it. Who thought
God.
of them? Stand Up to Cancer Celebrity Bake Off.
Oh, yeah.
Yay.
Jenny Scamp, whose birthday it is today. Today is a day to reflect on what we have been through the last 2 years and to remember the loved ones we've lost.
Yeah.
We've all been touched in one way or another. Big hugs to all that are still suffering today. Thank you, Mark and Nadia, for keeping us going. Thank you. Well, thank you, Jenny.
Yeah,
And you're
keeping us
absolutely
going.
right. You know, for anyone who has lost someone in this terrible, awful COVID 2 years, nothing will be any
Thank
different.
you, Olias.
Nothing will be any different, which is why Partygate is still relevant. Wonder Woman.
Very relevant. Let's not let them off.
Yeah. Wonder Woman, oh bless you, you've dealt with sensitive subjects with respect and wisdom. Always look forward to hearing your opinions. There are topics that are close to my heart, such as women's rights, and it makes me feel like my opinions are being validated and that you often unpack the ignorance that goes on in society. Oh, bless you. I mean, there's so many nice words there. I don't want to sit here sort of just sounding like we're patting ourselves on the back. But we love every message from you. Maria S., Faith Goodman, Kay Mayer, Lucy O'Connell, Carrie Doherty, the highs. Because there are some highs, and I think that's why I put it in the comments. The
So a friend
highs.
of mine said to me today, she goes, I feel ashamed, but I loved lockdown. I loved being at home. I loved being with the kids. I loved, just doing my thing. Loved it.
Anne Murray was asking, God, that's catastrophic. Anne Murray was asking if Maddie's friend was ever found, and
How strange that you should ask
Yeah.
that. I just heard from his mum today.
what did she say?
And no, he's still missing, but I started a voice note back to her and I just started like wobbling and my voice was all over the place. So I was going to stop and redo it and gather myself and it sent. And I felt so bad, but I just can't talk about him to her without getting emotional. And she said it's a real struggle because it's the 2-year anniversary. Yeah.
So no was the answer, that he hasn't been found. Passive aggressive. Remember when you opened up your garden so that we could hear the birds sing? Yeah, and that was a process of trying to help people who didn't have a garden.
Yeah, we put the camera out.
Just put the
didn't we?
camera out there, and you probably heard me and Nadia having a row in the background.
We kept forgetting and almost having a major row.
Carrie Doherty, the highs, spending more time with my children while schools were closed. All three of them were fantastic, and they showed me how caring and resilient they are, and what a damn good I am doing, or how
Good job
I'm doing. Yeah, precious times.
Well
I
done,
think you're
Carrie.
right. I think you're right. Dawn Claricoats, 11th of March, 2 years ago, my lovely mum-in-law passed away. And let's think on this as we talk about Partygate. Only 10 people were allowed to her funeral, so I couldn't go because I wanted her grandchildren to go. An awful, difficult choice to make. I'll be thinking of all those who couldn't say goodbye to loved ones.
And then I think of Rees-Mogg.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Reese Bog. Amy Curtis, a miscarriage, and then a new baby, all in the last 2 years. My God.
And a move to
And
Devon.
a move to Devon. Wow.
Amy!
Wow, Amy.
Oh.
Anne Tilhonen, thanks Mark and Nadia. These terrible times, our first lockdown and then this war, it would have been much darker without you. When you say that,
And
it's
same for us with
Same for
you.
us. It's all of us. Lots of laughter. Someone was just asking what's going to happen to Coffee Moaning now. Is it ending? Are we going to end it? Just teasing you.
Faith Goodman, last 2 years have been so much easier with you guys and Dr. John Campbell. We've been mentioned in the same
Don't bring
breath
him
as
into
John
the room.
Campbell, my Johnny. Oh, please remember me, Johnny. Oh, please remember me.
One of the dodgiest times, and I've never shared this, was when I woke up in the middle of the night and I could hear someone talking under the bed sheets. And when I pulled back the bed sheets, John Campbell was talking and he was strapped to your knickers.
Mark, shut up.
I kid you not. Lillian E.
Why do you
Vlogs
keep talking like you're on the pier?
had a burst appendix.
Like you're like an on the pier comedian. Oh, kid you not. Oh, kid you not. Strapped to her knickers, he was. Oh, kid you not.
Did you have it on vibrate?
Mark. God, do you actually think you're being funny and clever? No. Oh, good. That would be sad. That would be very, very sad.
I'm not going to do the kitchen if you carry on. Be nice. Look, she's pausing and thinking about it. She's pausing and thinking
Because
about
I'm
it.
controlling myself in front of people.
Is that why you just farted?
No, I did not fart.
She did. John Campbell was the third person. Naz, you look even shorter in that shot.
I was trying to get my legs stretched.
Dear heart, I lost my beautiful Michael in August 2021. Sending you our love.
So
That must
much
be.
love.
Margaret O'Brien, missing 2 funerals I was not able to go to and seeing one of them online. Seeing people scared, not seeing my kids, grandkids and friends. Lockdown was horrible. And again, you talk about how this community kept you laughing. We have tried to keep you laughing. I mean, there's been moments where it's been very hard to laugh and it's been very hard to avoid the awfulness of news, but I think we've tried to be silly. We've tried to be entertaining. Jacqueline Frost, thank you for all your messages of love. So just going over to some of the other comments that there were. Just bear with me.
Why don't you pepper with a story? You said you had 2 stories.
Oh yeah, this is a story. This is interesting. And going back to the sort of gender equality thing, contraceptive pill for males is 99% effective in preventing pregnancy.
Oh, but don't they sometimes get a bit of an achy thumb?
So why do we...
They get an achy thumb and they don't want to take it.
Why do we think that a male contraceptive hasn't ever been developed?
They're not very... Oh, we did this a while back on Coffee Money, I think. Men aren't very good at dealing with side effects.
Oh, rubbish. It's about
that
men's
is true.
egos, isn't it?
No, that is true.
No, I'm telling you now. I'll tell you
No,
what.
they couldn't take the side effects.
What?
Oh, honest to God, look it up. Men contraceptive pill side effects
No, I can't
unable
be-
to take.
You may as well just write the article. No, I tell you what I think it's about. What do you think, guys? I think the reason it hasn't developed... Well, A, The coil, could you imagine a man having anything metallic or
Well,
vaguely...
open up a staple and then shove it up the end of your...
A staple?
No, not a staple, sorry,
Staple
a paper
gun.
clip.
Oh my God,
And
I'm
then
imagining
fold
that.
it into a shape, but don't worry, it closes up, and then put it in and then ping it open, because that's a coil. And we have it inserted without anaesthetic into the eye of a needle, which is your cervix before you've had children.
That sounds barbaric.
And the way it's always been. Take a paracetamol, they say.
I was always fascinated by the concept of a diaphragm. I seem to
God,
remember...
when I had a diaphragm, it spent more time pinging around the room.
I was about to say,
staying
don't
in
they
my
fly
vagina.
out? Were you playing
Especially
frisbee
if
with
you'd had
it?
a couple of drinks.
What, you
You'd
could
go
fire
like
it?
that, and then it would just fly.
You'd fire it.
No, I didn't. I wasn't a 7-year-old boy, Mark.
So would you, can I just
I
ask,
was a half-cut woman trying to get some kind of contraception.
but would you put the diaphragm in on the night like you would wear a condom?
What do you mean?
Well, like say
No,
you
you
were...
put it in the day after.
No,
course
but
you
I
put it
thought
in.
you kept the diaphragm in.
Oh, no, you have to take it out. You have to wash it.
Oh, God. Men would forget to take it, says Becky Fithian. It's a great
Women
surname.
just could not rely.
Nicola Randall says the coil is inhumane. I think they're absolutely right.
Yeah, it's absolutely outrageous.
These are the conversations we come here for, meet you. Okay, I'll tell you why I think men haven't had a contraceptive developed for them. It's all about ego. There's a little bit about they can't cope and they're squeamish and they faint at the sight of blood, and our bodies can't reproduce life, and we really are sort of live in the shadow of women, and I mean all of that. We're pathetic creatures, and let's not forget the XX chromosome is the strongest, and the XY is a sort of corruption, isn't it, of the chromosomal sort of structure of a person. And eventually, apparently, men will no longer be here. Apparently, the erosion of maleness is happening all the time. But I think it's about ego. I think it's about men not wanting to feel that their virility has been removed.
Oh, yeah. Because, men, right? So
if I could just show you her feet. Men.
1 teaspoon of semen, right, has 100 million sperm in it.
Ashley, we've got enough to deal with, haven't we, Mark? Exactly. So
And
say that
only
again.
one of them
teaspoon?
hits the target. And we just lie around and produce the one egg, and we're fine.
That's true. That's true. So
And most of your sperm die.
you talking about mine? That sounded very personal. Sorry, I'm blushing.
No, so maybe it is a little bit. They're a bit worried about their sperms dying.
And apparently, when a man drinks too much alcohol, his sperms literally swim around in circles. Junk.
Drunk.
Oh, drunk. Yeah, no, absolutely. So researchers are beginning human trials in the second half of this year. They found that these birth control pills worked on mice, but the only problem they had was the mice kept choking on them because they were the size of paracetamol pills.
God, poor mice.
No, I'm joking,
Do you know
babe.
what?
They didn't. They
Oh.
weren't given the paracetamol.
Seriously?
Of
Mark!
course they weren't. What, a paracetamol is as big as its ear.
A paracetamol's bigger than a mouse's ear. It's as big as its head.
Have you seen the size of Tom and Jerry's ears? Jerry's ears.
But he's not a real mouse.
She looks like Jerry, don't we? We've had that discussion before. So anyway, we could have men being able to take the
Okay, right, I want yes
contraceptive
no's.
pill.
Would you trust a man that said he was on the pill?
Oh, good question. There
Yes
you go.
or
Oh,
no?
look, Liz Ritchie wouldn't trust a man to take the pill. Straight in, before you'd even asked it.
So you know what would have to happen if you were married to someone and they were taking a pill? It'd be another thing on your list that you've got to do and you've got to remind.
Oh, look, lots of no's coming in.
Pack your PE bag, take your packed lunch, make your bed. Oh, have you taken your contraceptive pill?
Look, no one has said yes. Everyone said no. Dawny Harvey, no. Jackie Fitzgerald, no. Nicole Marcella, no. Jackie Bellino, Kerry Clark, Dawn Claricoats, no way, no way, says Bell X.
Not one person.
Well, I think... So it'll be a totally ineffective contraceptive.
Wow, this is fascinating. No one. Come on. Has any one of you got a fella that you would trust?
I
Oh, there's
take it.
no point. They've got to stop wasting money on the research. Just
Well-
stop now and research how you could possibly improve the contraception situation for women.
Mackay Smith says yes. Apparently, since they've done the tests, there are countless promiscuous mice running around just
Oh.
having sex everywhere, and no baby mice. What do you call a baby mouse? Micelet.
Mouse. A baby mouse.
Baby mouse. Is there a name for a baby mouse?
Baby bloody mouse, what's wrong with you?
It's not baby mouse.
Of course it is.
It'll be hen or something like that.
A baby mouse?
Is it?
A baby mouse.
Yeah, so look at what's in the title, Ned.
Tulse Hill's cancelled. What does that mean?
That really hurt. So Tulse Hill, does anyone know where Tulse Hill is? Has anyone heard of Tulse Hill? It's not far from us. Anyone know about Tulse Hill? It's a part of southeast London. It's a suburban part of Lambeth Council. Anyone heard of it? No? Kyle Mitchell. It's not too far from Brixton. Well, the reason this was in the news, and Nick Ferrari was talking about this on the radio earlier today, and I took real umbrage with the way in which he was talking to a guy who was representative of the black community in London and is responsible for kind of correcting historical names and sort of unpacking the slave history behind so many names. So Tulse Hill could be renamed. It's no longer going to be Tulse Hill.
So what?
Well, they're handing it over to the people of Lambeth to decide.
Why?
But Tulse Hill, its name, is named after Sir Henry Tulse, who was Lord Mayor of London and the descendant of the Tulse family whose entire wealth came from the slave trade.
Oh, good God, I
Yeah.
had no idea.
Yeah, but the other roads, is it Thurlow Park Road?
Yeah.
Thurlow,
What's that?
another slave trader. So many names of roads. And so I just wanted to ask you guys, is this something that's important? Should names be changed, historic names? Now, it's to do with the slave trade. You're absolutely right, Reese. Should names be changed? If so, why? If not, why not? Because this guy was given a really... I nearly
What
went
did
to...
he say?
Who? The
guy
guy.
who's-
The guy was saying that he's not advocating the change of names. He was really balanced. He was saying, I think it's about putting it to the community.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Asking for their opinions, perhaps even having a referendum of sorts to decide whether they
Within the
want to change.
community,
If
yeah.
they don't want it changed, one of the other options is to learn about the history and understand it. So it's like was it the Colson statue down in Bristol? But Nick Ferrari, kind of tone deaf said, well, by the same standard, we should change the name Londinium, London, because it was created by the Romans and they were terrible slave traders. And I thought, talk about being obtuse. Absolutely obtuse. You know, you can't change the fact of a settlement being created in another era, but you still have reparations being paid now. This is a relatively recent slavery story. And he wouldn't let go of the Londinium thing. And the guy he was interviewing was like, you're just using the slippery slope argument to avoid it. Then Nick Ferrari said, so what? What about Rhodesia Road? You're going to change Rhodesia Road? And he was so good, this guy, he said, yes, I would suggest that you do change the name Rhodesia Road, because one man changed the names of Zambia and Zimbabwe, or the land there, into, what was it called? What's the name of it? Rhodesia. He changed the name into Rhodesia. But I didn't know Rhodesia was named after a man
I didn't know
who
that.
owned all the land.
I didn't know that. That's fascinating. I find it so fascinating when you find out things, places that you just pass by without a second thought.
Yeah.
You know.
I see both sides too, Jordan. I mean, I think it's Jordan Stevenson says, I see both sides. The historical elements make it feel wrong, but if it brings too much distress and upset, then it may be suitable to change it.
I see why both sides get upset about it.
Well, yeah. Oh, look,
I
baby mice are called pups. Deborah Rogers.
Are they?
There you go.
Look at me, I look like I've been dropped out of a plane. Why did you let me sit like that?
Well, I did say to you.
Well, you didn't really.
I did. I said you look ridiculous.
Mark, I look awful. You can't post this video up afterwards.
It's gone out. So
oh my God, my chin.
So not to distract from quite a serious... So do
Dr.
not...
Disco, sorry.
Faith Goodman,
Sorry, I
do
did
not
lose
change
myself
and
there.
delete history. Teach about what happened. I think that's the sense of it. I think.
I do understand both sides of the argument with that. I mean, it's like so teach it, like where you've got a plaque of somewhere, Tulse Hill, put underneath what it was. But it's not for us to say whether that's upsetting or offensive, because we're not the people that were affected by that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
you can say,
absolutely.
well, it's not upsetting, now it's this amount of years afterwards. But when people are still experiencing so much racism and you know, the terrible inequalities within society, that stuff stings. So you have
absolutely.
to listen to that.
Yeah. Leslie Sargent, didn't get your 24-month member card. They're still going.
But you won't believe how many there are. We're working through the alphabet.
We are working through them. A whole heap went out yesterday, I think. So there's that story. So, but you know, do you remember Goodge Street and around that area in London? It never used to be called Belgravia. It was given that name, that whole area of Goodge Street and Charlotte Street. Yeah, and it was renamed Belgravia.
By who?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so that was a big story. Tulse Hill could be cancelled. And it's just another... Oh, here we go. Look, Reese Roberts. I would say that the referendum and open discussion presented to us within the black community would be the first step. Inform, but also see from our angle, wanting to renovate and bring new change. It's about listening, isn't it? Yeah. It's about listening and being tolerant. Yeah, Rhodesia, Liz Ritchie, was once a very rich country. They changed it to Zimbabwe, and now it's one of the poorest countries. Maybe...
but that's not because of the name.
That's not necessarily... Yeah, exactly. That's for other reasons, isn't it? Corruption, etc. You can't change that. But, yeah, I just think it's interesting. I've always been fascinated by what's in a name. So much is in a name. So much more is in a name. Guys.
Oh, it's been nice hanging out with you. We had a mini little night shift there.
It's a little night shift. Sorry, Fitzrovia. Thank you very much, Vanessa. That was
You're
all.
You're so clever.
Fitzrovia.
You always know everything. Now a baby mouse is called a pup.
Yeah, that Fitzrovia name was a relatively recent... I was working on Charlotte Street when it was introduced. Asking who this is, that's King Shark.
Thank you for all the people that's saying I've lost weight. I know we're never supposed to discuss it, but if anyone ever thinks I've lost weight, I really love to hear it. I'm not one of those people that goes, I really don't wish you'd mention my weight. Mention it!
Yeah, what was that? They should rename Downing Street Wanker Street, Gabrielle. And Sam D says, I would trust my hubby to take the pill.
Sam D.
Well, there you go, Sam D. I'm going to be hanging out with Jared Leto tomorrow night, so I'm looking forward to that. And Nadia is
on Loose Women tomorrow.
Is on Loose Women. So lots of love. Thank you for all your comments. So many that were so lovely to us.
Thank you for getting us through the last couple of years.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't know what we'd have done without you.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Guys,